Hello, wedding professionals. Mariana here. I wanted to talk to you today about CRM systems. I think that's a really important tool for you guys to understand and put in practice for your wedding business. It doesn't really matter if you're a wedding planner, a florist, decorator, a stylist, whatever you are. I think it would be a game changer for your business. And we want to make sure we share a little bit more about how to set them up, what can be found there, what kind of information, what kind of tools and features you can find in a CRM system, especially in Dubsado at this time. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. And I'll be sharing a little bit about what Dubsado is and also sharing my screen with a Dubsado dashboard so you have a better idea of how it looks like in the backend, how it can be translated into your own branding, and how you can set it up really easily and really quick. And then it's one of those things that you set up and you pretty much forget. So, well, I don't think I need to introduce myself. You've probably seen me in the Wedding Academy Facebook group or social media channels, or maybe in the Wedding CEO platform. But I'm Mariana. I've been marketing and community manager for the Wedding Academy and the Wedding CEO platform and membership. So I'm also been working with marketing, backend, and CRM systems within the Wedding Academy. And I've been also wedding planner myself. So I have a little bit of an idea of what you guys need, what kind of systems you think might be useful for your business, and how to automate those as much as we can. So I've been setting up automations and CRM systems for a while now, and I think I'll wanted to share a little bit more of tips on how to do it without, well, failing in the process, basically. So one of the main questions now probably is what's Dubsado, right? Dubsado is basically a cloud-based software that helps any kind of business, really. It could be product-based, service-based, could be big businesses, small businesses, it doesn't really matter, but it helps them to streamline the operations. You can customize your client's experience with your branding information, such as colors, fonts, logos, everything that is brand related to your own business. And if, of course, you can do it as a wedding planner, stylist, or whatever other business you have. It doesn't really have to be wedding plan related either. So there are a couple of things that might be really useful for your business in terms of automations and how to manage your clients in a better way and improve your customer service. One of them is the customizable forms, right? There are many ways to have or to reach your customers, but they will also want to reach you. And that would be mostly from your website. So you can embed forms on your website and start the business journey within that form and create automations from it. But you can create lead capture forms that would go embedded to your website. You can create contracts that your couples will be able to sign, to have a copy, to print, to have it as a PDF after you sign it as well. You also have questionnaires. And I think that's a big one for you guys because, well, after your client signs a contract and you probably send an invoice as well, you want to learn a little bit more about what they want in a wedding, what kind of colors, what kind of style, if they already have something in mind. So you can send a questionnaire and get all those answers in one place. That questionnaire also allows them to complete, save, keep completing later on, and just don't have to do everything at once and provide the big pressure of then having to answer that right away. Sometimes, they don't have the answers right away. And then proposals. The proposals are beautiful, they're customizable. You can add GIFs, videos, audios, whatever you want to share. It's a great way to kind of immerse them into your business as well, right? With your brand. But let's go a little bit more with the automation. I do want to show them the automation is the client journey that your client would go through once they inquire on the website. You could start with a lead form on your website, a freebie, something you want to invite them to get more information about you, and hopefully, well, later on having a discovery call or hiring you. The forms will be applying to workflow. I'll show you now a little bit more so you can see what I'm talking about. Hopefully you can see it here. So we do have the forms. The forms could be, this is Darling, Don't Panic, Wedding Planning Business, tax business, by the way. So let's go for the customizable forms. And you can see here, questionnaires, proposals, lead captures. These are all the kind of forms that you can add and automate within Dubsado. Same with contracts and sub-agreements. So let's go for the information pack, and this is a proposal. You can see here that the Dubsado form is fully customizable. You can add your logo, your colors, your fonts, whatever you feel like would be a good way to show what your business is about. So we do have a couple of questions here, welcome message. You can add pictures, you can change copy in fonts and colors. You can add also testimonials. We don't really have to worry about this right now because it's being updated and you can do it now without having to work on CSS or HTML. But you can add carousels, pop-ups, and everything that might help with the client experience. Steps, whatever you think would be the best and easiest way for the couples to reach out to you and to move forward with your proposal. Of course, pictures, buttons, you can send them outside of the proposal as well to see your portfolio or social media channels or more pictures if you want to. So this is pretty much the ones that we already have. If you would like to see one live, just please comment and let me know. I'll help you with kind of showing you how the couples will see this form. Right now, this is just basically the back end only. And these are the proposals. Once they approve, accept, or sign, depending on what you do, because you can also add questions here if you want to. You could also trigger different things, and that would be the automations. The automations usually start with a lead form that will be embedded on your website, and that could trigger different workflows depending on their answers or what they're inquiring. And the good thing is that you don't really have to do anything else after you set it up. You just need to make sure that all the steps are there to test, they're branded, and they are actually the workflow is actually linked to that lead form, right? Let me show you automation example. Just for you to have an idea, this is not a tool where you can send mass invoices or mass emails. It's more like a one-on-one client management tool. So you won't really have a feature where you can send a newsletter. That would be a different tool. That would be more like mass sending versus this being more a one-on-one communication. But if you do have sales funnels or if you have any freebie funnels that you like to use, you can definitely use this because that form within the freebie funnel can be a lead magnet and lead form that could be transferred to these workflows here. So we can have an idea here on how to onboard a new wedding. After you talk to them, after you send all the proposal and they're happy with it, you can start triggering this manually or automatically, depending on how the client journey is in your business, right? So you'll go to one of the automations. You can see that you can change statuses and you can change tags within Dubsado, so you know who's your client or if they're still a lead, if you need to follow up on them. It's a little bit more complex, but we can go in details if you're interested in another live later on. Once you tag them appropriately, you can send the contract here. And the good thing is that, for example, if they don't sign the contract and you want to follow up with them, you can do so as well, following up until they sign that contract. and you can trigger different actions after they sign the contract. That's a great tool. So you don't have to send everything at once. You can ask them and go step by step so they don't have everything and get overwhelmed. But you can send questionnaires, as you can see here, send invoices after a couple of days, change the status after a contract is signed or after they booked a time with you. There's endless possibilities with the workflows. You just need to make sure you test all the possible client journeys within that workflow to make sure that everyone receives an email depending on what their behavior is within the workflow itself. Then we have invoices. Invoices was one of the main features of Dubsado. And the good thing is that let's just try creating one now for me. So you can have here your address book. And what I'm going to do here is just simply add my name. And I'm going to pretend I'm a client now, right? Just going to send it there and add a created project. This project will be pretty much the wedding itself. So I'm going to just say wedding 2024. I will try to find myself again. And next step. So this is now the project. You have my information. You can set up a portal where you can have all the questionnaires, all the attachments, invoices, contracts, everything in one place and send it to your couple as well, so they have everything in one site. You can find project status here, and this is basically a way to organize your leads and to organize the projects that you have within your business, as well with the tags. You can see that if you have different wedding planners or if you have different services, you can create tags depending on what the project is about. But let's go for invoices. So if you have and you want to create an invoice, the good thing is here you can connect Dubsado with PayPal, Xero, Stripe, Square. So if they decide to pay within the tool and not through, let's say, online transfer, they can do so here. And they don't really have to do anything more than just press pay, add your credit card details, and that's pretty much it. If they do a online transfer, you probably have to apply payments here and do it manually because it's not really connected to Dubsado. But you can add, let's say, let's just have a test here. Let's do a quantity for $1,000 there, and you can have different categories, like let's say services. You can add payment plans, so they can pay on a monthly basis, 50/50, depending on how you work. That would be different deposit payment plans. You can do whatever you want. If you want to create a specific payment plan for that particular client, you can do so too. And once that's sent, this is what the client is gonna see. Of course, you can also add your business information, your logo, and everything else. Just simply go to pay now as a client, and that will give you different options. You can also see here that you can add payment terms, pay in full. If you have discounts, you can also add discount codes, or you can add the opportunity for them to give you tips if you want to, which is quite flexible and really friendly to set up. And then after you have the invoice, you can send them contracts as well within the same proposal. So if they accept, they can just accept. Next step would be signing a contract, and next step getting the invoice, and have everything in a really user-friendly way for them and easier for you too. We also have a scheduler. That's a great way to also embed on your website in case they want to book a time with you, get some perspective, or get a discovery call with you. You can also set them up here as in template and schedulers, as well as kind emails, which is also really easy. for those emails that you send over and over again. So you're gonna add a template, and we're gonna do it as a test right now. And let's say the appointment name is discovery call. The appointment duration, you can do it custom time or these options as well. Usually 30 minutes should be enough. And then you have other options like if you want them to book from now to indefinitely, or if you want them to just have fixed rate, we're taking bookings or discovery calls for this month only to create a special or discount or something, could be really useful for you. And the good thing is that if you create this calendar, you can easily be connected to your Gmail account or your calendar, iCalendar, whatever you use, so you don't get double booked. Just a main one for all of us when we're busy with other projects as well. So you have this advanced features as well, prevent booking less than a day in advance, for example, create buffer times before and after your meeting. There's a lot of different, even if you different options here that you can set up. If you want to charge for that discovery call, or if you want to charge for this consultation, you can do so and attach pricing already. So when they book, they already pay for it and they don't pay after the call. You can also make sure that they have a questionnaire within that template, within that scheduler, so they can answer a couple of questions before they send or they book. So you have an idea what the appointment is about, what kind of information they'll need from you, and discuss that more in detail when you're on the call. So that's a great idea to get started. I wanted to give you basically a walkthrough of what Dubsado is, what kind of features it has, and what can it do for your business. But if you have any questions or anything else that you'd like to discuss, or perhaps having a workshop on how to create different workflows, or building a template together, building a questionnaire or a proposal, just feel free to add more comments or questions, and we can discuss this later on. What I'm gonna do as well is send you a code for Dubsado so you can have a little discount from us when you set up your account. And yeah, I look forward to hearing from you, see what you think about Dubsado. I think it would be a great tool for any wedding professional. It doesn't really matter what kind of services or products you offer for the wedding industry. And yeah, I'm really excited for you to hear your questions right now. I hope you have a good day, and we'll talk soon.